Let's do it. What do we got? I'm gonna reach over. I'm gonna try not to even look. What we got? Oh! Fruity Pebbles! I'm excited to do these. This was once my top favorite cereal.
This was your
Did I ever tell
favorite
you
cereal?
Yes, when I was in like
Episode 2 shit.
Yeah, I know, right? So we've jumped the shark. We've jumped the shark. When I was in middle school, this was my favorite all-time cereal. I'm a grown man now, and obviously things have changed. So I'm a little bit more responsible than this. I'm looking at you, LeBron James.
Are you?
This is LeBron James. This is LeBron James's favorite cereal still currently. You got to grow up, bro.
Are you calling him childish?
That's childish. This is, but it's great. But we're gonna see how great this is. God damn, bro, this is the Fruity Pebbles.
We scored out of 100.
We score out of 100.
Without doing the scoring, what range would you get?
I love this cereal. Thank you.
What range would you guess that's real life?
So shooting from the hip and guessing, this has got to be an A grade cereal.
A?
This has to be.
You think it's above a 90?
If this don't score above a 90, I might cry. Like you might see, I might dead ass cry if this don't score above a 90. Like this cereal is so good and classic. And you know what? You probably don't even notice this. Like this is how much of a cereal freak I am. But this is like an OG box. They've updated. Yeah. Like this box art doesn't normally look like this. Like, oh God, Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
I'm gonna get that out the way. Ooh, I'm excited. So, as y'all know from previous episodes, and if you don't know, you need to go check out the previous episode because we're now about to backtrack for y'all. Marketing. Marketing is our first category to score Fruity Pebbles out of. So, first off, let me just start right away. All right. I was not a Flintstones fan growing up. Like I've seen a couple episodes, and I'm gonna keep it funky. Like the cartoon is low key trash.
It's pretty bad.
The cartoon is low key trash. I don't think I've ever even laughed at it. I'm aware it exists. I know who the characters are and all of that. But the best thing to come out of the Flintstones is this cereal.
Really?
Yes, easily. Easily.
Disgusted that I asked.
Listen, somewhere a guy was like drawing Fred Flintstone and he didn't even know that the only reason he was drawing that was because of this box.
And for children's vitamins.
No, just for this. Flintstone vitamins are trash, but that's another video entirely. But marketing, let me just tell y'all, when you can take something like the Flintstones that I'm sure somebody's granddad used to like really be into back in the day, and literally at this point when you see these guys, I'm pretty sure people think cereal by now.
I think you're probably right.
We should maybe do some research on that and see if we can like contact the Census Bureau about that or something.
Get rich quick streams, the honeymooners, we think.
No, this is like when I see these dudes, I'm like, bust me down with a bowl. Like I want to eat this. So like marketing, I feel really strongly about their marketing. Like, so I'm a details guy, right? I don't even know if anybody else notices this, but I appreciate this. Like, if you look really close, I'm gonna try to get this good real quick. The bowl is stone, my nigga. Like the bowl is and has always been stone that they pour these into. Like that's fire. These are Fruity Pebbles. Like they're marketing you a cereal that's basically a bunch of rocks. Like I think at this point, Fruity Pebbles has like adapted its own identity, so you don't think of them as little rocks anymore. Right, because Fruity Pebbles are just Fruity Pebbles. Kleenex is just Kleenex.
Sometimes I hear the word pebble and I have to remember that is a rock.
That is a rock.
That's not a cereal. Like they've been clearly very successful.
They killed that. Like from a marketing standpoint, they have successfully turned the Flintstones cartoon into a mascot, a damn fine one for a cereal, right? Because we talked about in the other video how the mascot was trash. That's not a trash mascot.
No.
Fred and Barney?
No. And they represent, I mean, you watch these commercials for Fruity Pebbles and...
Can you roll some footage? Throw a clip right here of one of the old commercials or something.
Watch me trick Fred out of his Fruity Pebbles, yeah!
Seedy rapper!
Fruity Pebbles, here I come! I'll teach you to dance if you give me some!
He really loves my pebbles!
5 fruity flavors, very fine, orange, lemon, cream, cherry, lime! It's Pebbles time! Break it down!
Fruity Pebbles time! Barney, my pebble!
Time to wrap things up!
Post Fruity Pebbles cereal, out of this nutritious
man, these are fire. Like, these are fire, and the marketing is fire, the box is fire. Now, one thing I will say, though, to be fair, is if I just landed on this planet or something, I couldn't really tell you based on this box what was going on here. Because how am I supposed to know what a fruity small rock tastes like, right?
Yeah, it's
Especially
not like French Toast Crunch where you look at it and say, I know what that is.
I know what that is. If I've never seen this before, I don't know what this is.
Is the legacy of Fruity Pebbles, so it's sort of like Coca-Cola. At this point, Coca-Cola doesn't really need to advertise. Like,
No.
everyone on the earth knows what Coca-Cola is.
No, and if you're a sugary cereal fan, you know what this is.
This is so iconic as a cereal. You know how they have the bag that has the baguette sticking out of it? Like,
Yes,
this
means
cereal.
groceries.
Yeah, this means
cereal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight to the scoring.
Okay.
All right, I'm not gonna waste no time. Marketing, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. I would go 5, but the whole, like, it's not very descriptive and you can't really just look at the box and know what you're getting into. But everything else, they are killing it. It would make me happy. It would make Childhood Katt happy if it was a 5. Like, Childhood Katt would be rolling around on the floor with Snick playing in the background if it got a 5. But that ain't what we doing here. So 4 out of 5 in marketing. What's next?
Comment.
Oh, so I need to open it now? I'm so excited for this right now. Like, I'm trying to, so the problem before was like keeping my energy up. Now I got to keep it down so I'm not like screaming into the microphone right now. Have you had these before? Oh my God, you're taking way too long to answer me right now.
Had Cocoa Pebbles.
Oh my God!
And I believe that Fruity Pebbles were a shitty spin-off. Not having tasted them, but because I assumed that chocolate was better than fruit. And now, isn't Fruity Pebbles the original? Is Cocoa Pebbles?
No, in my shock and awe, people will disagree with me, and I don't know if we're going to keep this or not because this could turn into beef. But Fruity Pebbles are a superior product to Cocoa Pebbles. I feel like the majority of people will stand by me in this, but Cocoa Pebbles versus Fruity Pebbles is a thing.
Okay.
So I think that should be noted that it is a thing. But in your choices, as your friend, why didn't you get the fruity ones, bro? So texture, let's gotta get back on track. Texture. All right, so let's pop these open. I'm not about to sit here and just keep talking about it. All right, oof. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this, babe.
I can tell.
Fire.
So
fire.
not
Can you
only-
in post? Can we add like flames coming out of the ball? I don't know if we can do that, but God damn, this smells like 6th grade at Southmore Middle School in Columbus, Ohio. We gotta go texture right away. I'm so excited for this. Like, so the trouble with this though is the pebbles are legit pebbles, so they're really small. So you can't just like grab a yellow and chew it up. It ain't like other cereals in that fashion. So like you almost gotta grab like a handful and do them like honey
Skittles.
roasted nuts. Yeah. So you know what? Let's do a little bit in the palm of my hand. I'm sorry. This is savage right now, but. We're doing serious business. Production, can you test these? So while he's testing those, let me tell you about Fruity Pebbles texture. For people of y'all, I don't know why anybody watching this have never had Fruity Pebbles. You're crazy. But when it comes to airiness, not fluffiness, not mushiness, but airiness, I don't know that any other cereal does airiness better than Fruity Pebbles. Texture is amazing, right? All right, so let me pause. Let me calm down. I'm sorry because I get excited. This is exciting cereal for me. But how it feels in your mouth is super legit. The airiness is like top tier, either second to none or second to one.
S tier.
Yes, S tier, S tier. So out of 20 in texture, so I'm going to need to mummer this around a little bit. I need to bounce this around a little bit. It's definitely scoring higher than a 10.
Okay, is it higher than a 15?
Is it higher than a 15?
Is it higher than above average?
Well, it's S tier airiness. I think you automatically have to go north of 15.
North of 15.
North of 15, because it's not really trying to be more than one thing. It's airy and it's fruity. I think it's really kind of hanging its hat on its airiness. It's not even like advertising on the box like crunchy fruity pebble taste. It don't say nothing about none of that. It's fruity pebbles. It's leaving it to be what it is. Texture, I'm gonna go 17.
17?
I'm gonna go 17 in texture.
Where are you dinging it? Why is it not a 20?
It is a bit one-dimensional.
Okay.
Because yes, it's doing the rice thing really well. It's doing the airiness thing really well. There are other cereals I can think of that have more layers to the texture than Fruity Pebbles. So even saying that myself, I'm more comfortable saying that this is ringing like a 17 to me. Consistency. I'm not gonna put the bowl up to the screen, but I'll put a little bit in the palm of my hand like bird seed. See if that works at all. So these pieces are relatively uniform, but they don't need to be. And I feel like Post left themselves out by calling them pebbles, right? If some are bigger than the other, if some are smaller than the other, you're not gonna freak out because they're pebbles.
So is rocks.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if they get points for being smart about it. I'm gonna go.
I feel like the cart didn't.
I don't know if that was a cheat code.
I think they fucked it up, and then they were like, "Let's call them pebbles." But that's genius.
Yeah, it's genius.
Points,
so it's consistent in being a pebble. Right? We're dealing with a lot of colors here: yellow, green, red, orange. I'm not gonna say I don't think. I'm 100% confident. I have never poured a box and looked in and be like, "Hey, I got nothing but blue in here. Why is so much damn blue in my box?" Like, I've never had that happen. It's always been a plethora, a smorgasbord of colors in my Fruity Pebbles bowl. Like, I know with other cereals, with colors and different pieces, you might have a bowl and be like, "Oh, these are all oats. Where are my marshmallows?" You know what I mean? But this is really consistent with keeping the colors of the rainbow in there.
Without talking about how good it tastes, because that's flavor, is there a difference in the flavor of a blue pebble versus a yellow pebble?
No.
And does that score well for consistency? I think it would, right?
Yeah.
You're never going to have a bite that was like, well, that was mostly pink. And
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know that I want a cereal that has red pieces that taste different than blue pieces in a bowl. Like, I think that's the correct move for any cereal company, to just go with, this is what it tastes like, and just change the colors up. But here is where Fruity Pebbles is going to take a hit. Bobo pieces. I like to call. Fruity Pebbles is really good for kicking you down some Bobo pieces, man. Like, every now and then you'll get a box that has like stale flakes in it. I've had some where the puffed rice was too puffy and it's almost like round. You know what I mean? And like, when you get a box, especially like when you got yourself all hyped up and you're like, I want some Fruity Pebbles, I've been really wanting these, and then you get a box that has Bobo pieces in it, you be mad, man. Like, I've ruined many a Saturday mornings with Bobo pieces from this company. Like, it kind of makes me, I feel like crying a little bit. Like, I feel like crying a little bit, but Post, y'all got to get y'all's consistency together with this cereal, man. Because, like, if you could get your consistency level up, then this could be one of the greatest cereals of all time. I think that might have been another reason why I kind of pushed away from this, like, as I grew. Like, I got tired of getting boxes and pouring bowls and then being like, oh, that's a Bobo bowl. And then you just kind of eat through it, but you're sad.
Does the powder count against?
Nah, that's a hit. That's a hit, honestly.
That's a hit? The powder?
And with Fruity Pebbles in particular, they got a bad powder. A bad powder. Like, when you get to the bottom of the box and you get to that powder and it gets in your bowl and then that mixes in with your milk, oh, it's a shit show.
No.
Oh, I gotta stop cussing. That's bad. Inconsistency, out of 5, with the bobo pieces mentioned and all of that, I'm gonna go 3.
3.
I'm going 3 out of 5, man. Them
Do
bobo.
you think it deserves a 3 with everything you said?
Well, we just talked about consistency, and we did acknowledge that they are pebbles, so they really didn't make a whole lot of effort trying to make the pebbles.
Okay,
uniform.
all right.
It's a built-in excuse.
So you're kind of that, and that's
not really a hit, but you just shouldn't get extra credit.
And you said this about French Toast Crunched as well. That with French Toast Crunch, because they pushed that it was French toast, it got points for being consistent. Here, because they have covered themselves by saying pebbles, it's saving themselves from further damage.
Yeah. So I'm going 3 out of 5, man. I'm going 3 out of 5 for consistency. It's not the end of the world. This doesn't kill you, but you gotta come to the front of the congregation on this, man. Like y'all gotta answer for some of these sins. Innocent children are getting bobo pieces, and they don't know no better. They probably just eating them, man. Don't do that. Before we get into the milk segment, I do want to talk really quickly about spoons because this is the perfect opportunity. So there are different kinds of spoons, obviously, and I choose my spoons based on the cereal I'm eating, right? If I'm eating a cereal that has really big pieces, I'm gonna go out of my way to find the big spoon, right? If I have a cereal that has small pieces and it's kind of crazy, I'm gonna go with what I like to call my scalpel. I'm going surgical with Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
This is going to allow me to maneuver around the oat pieces and get a marshmallow if I want to. I'm using these with frosted Rice Krispies because, like, that's basically rice, but you don't want to overwhelm your throat, so you want to use something surgical and stuff like that.
This is a precise weapon, whereas the large spoon is a spray.
Oh, this is a shotgun. This is a shotgun. I'm not good. Listen, if I got honeycomb in my bowl, I'll wash this spoon to use it. Like you don't want to go honeycomb with this. You'll be eating this for 6 hours.
I want to warn you.
Okay.
I don't want you to cry tonight.
Okay.
If everything else goes well, this cereal's a 94, and by well I mean perfect.
Perfect? Oh my god!
You have already cut 6 points. So it had better have a 20 in milk, a 10 in synergy, a 10 in versatility, and a 30 in flavor, or you've let down your childhood self.
Because what did I say at the beginning? Did I say it was an
You
A?
wanted it to be an
Oh
A.
my god! Okay, I need to center myself because you can't go giving these things high scores because you want to like them.
Yeah.
That's important.
Integrity.
Let's pour this milk into these fruited pebbles. Oh yeah.
Oh, those look good in milk.
Oh. What's the rule? Let it sit. Yes. Let me pour some more milk in there.
Now, why are you adding more milk?
I'm glad you asked.
What?
Listen, so that's a standard amount of milk, right? Look what I'm about to do. More milk. Do you know why? Do you know why?
No, I have no idea. I feel like from what I've seen of the cereal and of the small amount you had me taste, that's going to disintegrate into sludge. Why would you want more milk? It's gonna be water.
You know why?
Why?
So it can disintegrate into sludge. This is the greatest soggy cereal of all time. Don't at me, don't comment. I don't want to hear it. All right, this is the greatest soggy cereal of all time. It's soggy right now. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to give this props and milk because it taught me some things.
Okay, this is a teaching cereal.
He's laughing. I'm dead serious. This is serious stuff.
I'm sorry for laughing.
I'm telling him about my life and he's laughing. This cereal has taught me 2 things, right? And I'll get into that. The first thing is sogginess in cereal is a must. I didn't know that you were supposed to let this stuff soften up. So I need to talk to you about this. When it comes to performance in milk, we need to bounce this around a little bit. In other grading systems, how fast the cereal disintegrates in milk is usually scored against that particular cereal, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
In this, Fruity Pebbles, it does just that. Did you see how fast that turned?
It was
to
while
sludge?
you were talking.
While I was talking, it was just like the milk was just destroying the cereal.
Right.
But you want this cereal destroyed. Does it still get marked negative for not holding up in milk
It
if
absolutely
you want
does
it
not.
to be destroyed?
Yeah, if the ideal state is sludge, and it reaches that state expeditiously, then I think it deserves a high score. It should be rewarded.
So if milk is ruining the cereal and it's making you not want it once it hits the cereal and it sludges quickly, then that's when we lose points.
That's when we lose points.
But if it's quickly getting to where you want it, then we're happy with that.
Yes.
Okay. So what happens with Fruity Pebbles is it starts off crispy, and I'm not a crunchy cereal dude, but I like these crispy. Then it gets quickly, within seconds, to a level where it's wet, it's soggy, and it takes on like its top form. Then it hits a third level where it all becomes like one like mushy like substance.
Do you no longer get just milk anymore at that stage? Like you're never going to get a bite where you can taste that there's some milk at the bottom.
No, it's like it's soaking the milk up and it's becoming a separate product. And I still really like that stage.
Okay.
I still really like this stage. It's not the top.
Step down a little bit.
It's third. That stage is second tier.
Really? That's
so 5 seconds in is the top tier to me. Sludge, all one ball of sludge is that's second tier.
Okay.
And then crispy just now hit the bowl is third tier to me. I want to say it's milk performance after having all those different levels. Out of 20, I'm going 18. Here's why. That might sound crazy to people, but what other cereals can you say get soggy that fast and makes you happy about it?
It's a unique boon to the Fruity Pebble.
Yeah, like this cereal has a lot of different layers and a lot of different good layers, right? Like it's almost 3 different products at a time. Now, it does hit a wall, it does disintegrate and turn into nothingness, which is why it can't get a 20. It does get to a point where, like this cereal right here, you can't pour this and leave it unattended. Like, I wouldn't even say for a second, don't go to the bathroom on this cereal, because you could come back and it could be a wrap. Like this cereal could be a wrap when you get out the bathroom that fast. You could have missed all 3 stages just going to the bathroom. And that's number 1 or number 2. I ain't gonna lie to you. So 18 out of 20 is where it's gotta land. Like it can't get no higher than that. Next category is synergy, how it plays with other breakfast foods. Does it play nice?
I'm going to guess the answer is a resounding no. After tasting,
I was going to ask you to guess that.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you to guess that.
Because it's such a strong, sugary, like that is, I'm going to have Fruity Pebbles today, not Fruity Pebbles and.
It's so good.
I might be wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. So tell me, set me straight.
Remember when I told you this cereal taught me 2 things?
Yeah.
This is the second thing. This cereal taught me about synergy.
Really? This is how critical this is to your cereal history? Like Fred Flintstone is this Jedi on the mountain.
Me and Fruity Pebbles go back. Not only does this cereal have really, really good synergy.
What?
But it was probably the first cereal I used synergy with.
So prior to this cereal, you ate cereal alone?
I think so. Good. This is the earliest memory I have of putting anything with a bowl of cereal. Summertime, Big Mama's house. Nickelodeon, height of its popularity. Pre-SpongeBob, dog. We talking Rugrats and Doug days. I used to get Fruity Pebbles, pour my vitamin D milk in there.
We've established that history.
Wolf, that's how you know it go back. Vitamin D, basically a milkshake is so damn thick. In my Fruity Pebbles. And you know what I used to do? Before I poured it, obviously, because you only got like seconds before it's a wrap. I would take 4 to 5 strips of bacon, set them on a plate, and then pour syrup over it.
And that combines well.
I guess. I know I used to do it. I used to pour syrup over bacon and eat that with this.
Would you eat modern butcher bacon?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Just
ask me something else.
bacon?
Ask me another breakfast food and ask me if I would eat it with
Sausage.
Yes.
French toast.
Yes.
You're less of a monster now. Pancakes.
Yes, I have.
Although, what's really
Pancakes.
different between
They make pancakes with Fruity Pebbles in them. That's a thing.
So I'm not on camera, but my face just contorted where first I was puzzled and then I understood.
Yeah, you tasted it, right?
Yeah, I was like,
Fruity Pebbles have an alarmingly high synergy level. Fruity Pebbles can be eaten with any breakfast food. Like, I can't think of anything. Wife, can you think of anything that you think sounds nasty on the side of Fruity Pebbles?
Man. No.
Tough, right? This is what I'm saying. Like, and my wife is not a high synergy gal, and she even says, like, I can't think of anything that doesn't go with Fruity Pebbles.
that's impressive.
That's impressive.
Is it the dessert? Is that the closest comparison we can come up with? Are you eating food and then you're having dessert at the end?
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's not that we're figuring it out. This is science. Maybe that's why you can eat anything with Fruity Pebbles, because it has a very bright flavor, right? Like when you smelled it, it smelled very vibrant. It's fruity, but not in a I'm eating fruit kind of way. It's fruity in a like this is a treat kind of way, right? Mm-hmm. It's got perfect synergy, Marstead.
Perfect? This is perfect.
Out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Okay. All right.
I'm just here to report the news. This is a 10 out of 10 in synergy. If any one of y'all watching this can tell me something that does not sound or taste good from experience with Fruity Pebbles, comment below, text me, email me, send me a fax, because I want to know. I need this information. I'm not even challenging y'all like y'all are wrong and I'm right. Like, I need to know.
You will eat it you will record it for a special video and post a retraction and amend the score.
Write that down. Write that down, production. If y'all can think of something that I will admittedly say, you know what, that's a breakfast item and I think that sounds disgusting with Fruity Pebbles, we will follow this up. We will walk this back. But this is a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, man. All right, versatility. How many situations can I eat this cereal in? Is it an everyday cereal? Is it a baggy cereal? Production, you had it dry for the first time today.
My issue is it's so sweet and so sugary and dessert-y that I don't think I could have this more than a couple times a week max.
Wife?
No.
Whoa!
Good Lord.
The first no!
That's a no.
She said you can't.
I choose not to put it in a baggie because it is too small. And
you look ridiculous.
And it does not grab easily.
Yo.
So
practicality.
I prefer to have that with milk.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a technicality on a practicality. Okay, hey, but listen, the no is a no. Now, can I eat Fruity Pebbles every day? Right? Me personally, 5 days out of the week, I can eat Fruity Pebbles about 5 days out of the week.
Do you think...
to this day. This is not 12-year-old me talking.
Do you believe that you're a mutant? Do you believe that you're an aberration, that a normal person... I don't know. I haven't had this, so...
So I find comfort in hearing somebody like LeBron James say it's his favorite cereal.
Okay, all right.
Like, I'm not the only person I've ever heard say Fruity Pebbles is top 5 cereal. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that it's just me wilding out over this cereal.
Okay.
Like, I could eat this 5 work days out of the week. I could eat this 6 days out of a 7
days out of a
week.
week. 6.
Easy. This box right here, not like this box as an example. This physical box was today. Today's
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
the 16th of April.
This will be gone by Tuesday.
In the year of our Lord 2019. In a week?
I can almost guarantee you this will be gone by Tuesday.
So it sounds like we're opposed, that the wife and I are very against this from a versatility perspective.
Yes.
And you are very for it. Does that put it at a 5? Or I mean, last time...
That's a good question.
I think we took a hit. I think we went down to 4 in versatility on French Toast Crunch.
Did we? Well, I think that because y'all both voted yes, but I was like, I can only eat this 2.5 days.
That tells me that you weight your... How many days per week can I eat it more heavily than the dry in a baggie?
Even the goat of dry cereal does not advertise it. Yes, they do. I almost lied right there. The goat does advertise their cereal as a dry cereal, but most cereals don't advertise their cereal as eat this dry in a baggie. Most cereals advertise it in milk. They show it to you on the box in milk. So I think how many days a week you can eat this is probably a little bit more important than baggy in the dry test.
I think that's consistent with what you said for French Toast Crunch. So if you give this higher than a 5, I'm not going to call it bullshit on you.
Okay, because I was worried because it's going to be higher than a 5. And there's no way that I could reasonably look these good people at home in the eyes and tell them I can eat this cereal 6 to 7 days a week. And it's a 5. It's not a 5, but it's not perfect because it fails the baggy test miserable. The dry test period just fails. It falls flat on its face.
But maybe now's a good time to wrap that. Like, how many points do we think the baggy test is really worth? It's clearly less than 5.
Right. So, like, say we gave the baggy test 2 points and the dry test 2 points. That's 4 out of 10. That's too high to me.
Sure. Okay, so each one gets 1.
So each one gets 1.
Dry and baggy is what keeps it from getting a perfect score.
I think that's fair. Because if it gets the yes and the thumbs up, then it's 6 to 7 days out the week, then it should be perfect. Post Fruity Pebbles is an 8 out of 10 in versatility.
Okay. 8?
It just is. I'm sorry. Anybody that's at home that's just like disappointed in me is like disgusting and threw your shoe at the screen. You're sick if you just threw your shoe at your cell phone screen. But just know that this is an 8 out of 10. And it just has to be what it is. Where are we at right now? You bastard man. We're at 90.
What? And if you give a 30 to flavor, I swear to God.
Are you serious? So
it sounds like you're building up to give a 30 to flavor. And he is not cheating. He's not looking at the number. He's not remembering the number.
Hold on. I don't even care where we're at. I need to pause this. Hold on. We're about to judge post Fruity Pebbles in flavor.
I think you're full of shit, dude.
You think I'm cooking up some bullshit? A total possible score of 30 for Fruity Pebbles. Let's walk through this really quickly and calmly. Let's unpack this. Let me bring my energy level down a little bit. Fruity Pebbles tastes magnificent. It tastes like neon colored gym shorts in a good way.
It tastes like what I imagine that like swoop on the coffee cup would look like.
It tastes like an orange, yellow, and pink hat with the brim flipped up. Is what it tastes like. It's magnificent.
That's the first word you would use.
It's magnificent. Like, it tastes really good. I've had some cereals that taste too bright before. Like, it has a very bright flavor, but it's not too bright, right? To where like, oh, I got a stomach ache. I can only eat but so much of this, right? That's a good thing. Like, I've had some really bright cereals. I'm like, this tastes good. I'm enjoying this, but after this bowl, I'm done. I'm probably going to take a 2-day break from this cereal. It's really good. I'm going to need help finding a flaw in Fruity Pebbles flavor. And I'm serious. I need to find a flaw because Now, we talked about Bobo pieces, and Bobo pieces don't go into flavor.
No,
that has nothing to do with flavor.
This is why we structured.
That's why the spreadsheet is the way it is.
Because otherwise,
that's why we scrutinize.
Perfect score. It would just be perfect out the gate.
That's why we scrutinize. I need help.
I
figuring out what doesn't taste amazing about Fruity Pebbles. Like,
I would say that it disintegrates at the end of the milk, but that was covered in milk. That's why
it was covered in milk.
Points.
Milk. It already took the hit. Milk. Like, you can't double ding.
Can't double ding it.
Can't double ding it. So here's the question. I think this is going to be the end all be all, and we use this a lot. Can I name a better tasting cereal?
Does a 30 jump into your mind?
I think I can name a couple cereals that taste better than Fruity Pebbles. Better.
So it's not a 30.
It's.
You are.
Does that mean it's not perfect just because there's something else on the market that tastes better?
Okay, so that's like when you have the Oscars and you say, I'm sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio, 3 other really good movies came out this year and you deserve nothing.
You're right.
Is Fruity Pebbles Leonardo DiCaprio? Does Fruity Pebbles deserve nothing just because others exist?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to ding it.
You're gonna ding it?
I'm gonna ding it.
You are a man of integrity, but I called him on bullshit when we he's dinging it. It's happening.
I'm gonna ding it because
you're a man of God.
This hurts me. Like this, y'all. I really want to cheat for this cereal, but I can name a couple cereals that taste better than this cereal. Now they might fall in some of the other categories. But I can name you some more cereals that make like your toes curl when they hit your tongue. This ain't a toe curler. It's great. It's vibrant. I love it. It tastes like my childhood. It's gonna score really high, but it's not a toe curler. If we just talking the flavor department, my son's favorite cereal tastes better than this. And I think a lot of people would agree, but that's another video. You got to subscribe.
Is the volume of the hit? Are we talking? So we're already. We didn't even mention that we're in 30 range, but we're clearly in the 30 range. And I think we're clearly in the 25
past 20.
range.
We're past 25.
Right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm not gonna waste y'all's time. I'm not gonna American Idol this out. 29 out of 30.
29.
Wow.
29 out of 30. Woo! 29 out of 30.
So our final score,
29 out of 30. I gotta keep saying it so I can. 29 out of 30
is an 89. Now that's
89.
That is not an A.
It's a B plus. Now we got to keep it funky. It's a B plus. I thought it would be an A when we started this video. I wanted it to be an A, but it's not. It's a B plus. We can even say B plus plus, but we can't lie to the people, man. They get enough of that in politics. They ain't come here for the lies.
It's not a 4.0.
It's a B plus. I'm okay with that. That's it, y'all. So, in closing, post Fruity Pebbles is an 89. It's a B. It's not the A that I thought it was, but it's still one of the greatest cereals of all time. If you haven't had Fruity Pebbles before, what are you doing? I'm calling your mom, and I'm gonna ask her what's she doing, because Fruity Pebbles is one of those things like everybody should go to the swimming pool as a kid. Right, like everybody should be like turned down from their crush. It's like a part of growing up. Like everybody should have a crush and then get rejected. Everybody should have a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Everybody should be made fun of at some point in their lives. Like some things just grow character. So if you never had these and you consider yourself to be a cereal man and you ain't had these, then you gotta stop lying to your friends, man. You gotta stop lying to your friends. Welcome to KATT'N CRUNCH. How dare you? What gives you the right to view this channel? I know a prince in Africa who needs your help. Welcome to KATT'N CRUNCH. Join us on yet another cereal quest. Hey, welcome to KATT'N CRUNCH. We scrutinize all kinds of shit. I don't know what I'm saying without looking at the screen now.
That was by far the best one. Just saying. Like,